Hi everyone, my name is Hannah and I'm a freshman here at Georgia Tech. So is anyone else watching this video right now when they should probably be doing homework? Yeah, I thought so. Today we're going to be talking about procrastination. And trust me, as someone who started this script literally 2 days before it was due, I know what I'm talking about. Before coming to college, I thought procrastination was just about being lazy. It turns out there's actually some fascinating psychology behind why our brains seem to sabotage us. And the crazy part is that understanding these science concepts can actually help us beat it. So let's dive into what's really happening in our heads when we choose to watch that movie on Netflix, hang out with friends, or do literally anything else over that essay that's due tomorrow. So here's what's actually happening in our brain. There's a constant battle between two parts of our minds. First, we have the prefrontal cortex, and this is essentially the mature, adult, responsible brain part of our brain. And it knows when you need to study, when you need to make plans, and set goals for your future. But then there's your limbic system, which is like that friend who you have that always wants to have fun right now. And your limbic system is way older and more primitive than your prefrontal cortex. So when your limbic system sees something fun, like scrolling TikTok or hanging out with your best friends, it basically screams, do this now, and it overpowers everything else you've planned for your day or in that moment. And it's not that you're lazy or weak, it's that your brain is wired to choose something that gives you an immediate reward over that long term benefit. And psychologists have found that procrastination is more about emotional regulation than time management. When we think about doing a task that seems boring, difficult, or really stressful, our brain literally feels bad for us and tries to avoid it. So we can feel better right now, even though we know in the long term we're going to feel a lot worse. And I saw this all the time throughout high school. I had a best friend who would always clean his entire room, organize his closets, and even do laundry before he would start that essay that's due tomorrow. And it's not that he's being productive, it's that he's finding ways to avoid the uncomfortable feeling of starting something really difficult. And research has shown that this is super common, especially now as we go into college where everything seems like it's at a much higher stakes. So, how do we fight back? Here's 3 strategies that actually work based on psychological research. First is breaking up bigger tasks into tiny pieces. Instead of writing my history paper, try opening Google Doc and write 1 to 2 sentences. Your brain is way less likely to freak out about breaking up and doing these smaller tasks. Second, use what psychologists call implementation intentions. Instead of saying, I'll study later, say, at 3 p.m., I'm going to go to the library and study for my math test that's next week. Being specific actually helps your prefrontal cortex stay in control and fight that emotional feeling. And third of all, forgive yourself when you do procrastinate. Research has shown that being mean to yourself about procrastination actually makes it worse and makes you procrastinate even more, which is weird. And remember, procrastination is not a character flaw. It's just your brain trying to protect yourself from that uncomfortable feeling. Now that you know the science behind it, you can go work with your brain again instead of fighting against it.